get my Gmail to go, my like other Gmails to go into Outlook. It's driving me crazy. That's why I have a headache. Because I've been fighting all weekend. So now I got my emails going all over the place, scattered all over the internet.
I still don't have a stateroom assigned yet. I was hoping I would by now.
No. Uh-oh. We're having trouble streaming to Instagram.
My in-laws, their pre-check or whatever, all that stuff got approved today, but mine still isn't.
That's crazy because you're like Castaway, you're gold, aren't you?
I know, yeah. And I submitted mine first because I had like a 5-day head start on them.
Why are we not going on Instagram? We're having trouble streaming to Instagram. If you end it on Instagram, then this is expected. If not, and this continues, try creating a new Instagram stream. I'm going to try to make a new Instagram stream. Live video. Let's see. Edit. Hey guys, getting ready to have our live call-in show here in a few minutes. So stand by.
Stand by.
Stand by. Paste. Public. Give us our key. Copy the key. No.
Man, I've been going through a bunch of stress lately, and I'm hoping a lot of that will be relieved on Tuesday. Like trying to sell my grandma's old house.
You're trying to. Oh, hang on.
And like I've had to like get an attorney and all this stuff because like it was in my name, but like the deed wasn't in my name, so I had to like open up a trust. I'm not trusting an estate account. Whew, man, it's been rough.
Man, I would not know how to do any of that stuff.
Yeah, and I can't wait to see what the attorney fee is going to be on this thing.
Oh my gosh, I wouldn't even want to think about
it's
that.
It's like $315 an hour, and like I don't know how many hours this guy's been booking. You know.
Oh, dude, you're making me sweat thinking about that.
I know.
Oh
I just want it to be done with, and there's like, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, we're on Instagram. We got it working. Holy cow! Good. Okay, sweet.
That's a great question, Jason. It seems like because I don't see the Instagram comments while you're doing this. I feel like you get a lot of Instagram viewers while we're doing this.
We do, but I think we get most people watching. If I had to guess, on Facebook
or YouTube would probably be my guess.
Yeah, Facebook and YouTube.
But when I see the comments come, I think most of the comments come through Facebook though. Besides, I mean, I don't know. I can't see the Instagram ones. For some reason, it doesn't show up on here.
Well, Instagram doesn't feed to the main feed for some reason because it's like a newer thing they added. But it doesn't come through the main thing. I got to see it on the second screen. But Instagram tends to be like smaller hits. Like people come in and come out real fast.
Oh
They don't tend to stay on Instagram as long as like.
That makes sense. I feel like on Facebook or YouTube, you're going to stay in longer.
Yeah, the people,
especially on YouTube.
Gotta keep the caffeine coming. Hello to Margie over on YouTube. Jason up in the mitten.
Yeah, I think Facebook gets the most comments. So like that's where the most like engagement is. Like if you're watching and you want to chat with like other people.
Yep.
I think that's where you're gonna see the most. And I think it'd be from the BR Guys podcast channel. Well, I don't know. Like are most people coming through that? I think they'd probably come in from your profile. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
Well, too, a lot of shows I listen to that do this. A lot of people will have up their Discord channel at the same time. And people will chat in their Discord, which is another way you could do it. It kind of keeps everything going, but
so many options.
There are a lot of ways to do it, but I can't pull the Discord comments and throw them on the screen like this. So I like being able to do that like that. Yeah, because somebody has a good comment, I like throw it up there for them and get to show their mugs.
Yeah,
Jason's got a good mug there with the.
Well, he's got a pretty ship in the background and a pretty lady.
A pretty lady, yes, exactly. We got a lot of folks over on.
Dude, those on this day things I've been doing like crack me up. Like I was just seeing like our first cruise that we took.
I know,
like, we just looked like babies, man. Like,
hey, dude, those things, you look so young in those things. Oh my gosh, and like Emily, she's so cute.
I know it's fun to look back at
Emily.
that.
I know. Oh my gosh,
That first cruise though, we had like no idea what we were doing. I remember like we went off the ship and we were walking around Nassau, like in that straw market area. Like, what is this? What do we do?
You're like, dude, this is awesome. Then you're like, and now you're like, dude, I do not really want to go.
Well, it was funny that photo I shared with like the welcome to Nassau sign, like that thing I think is just filled with like stickers and stuff now. But like on that photo I shared, there was like it was clean. There was like nothing on it. It's kind of funny.
Okay, the one that has all the stuff on it now.
Yeah. Now it's just loaded with like graffiti kind of a thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, Michelle, we're gonna answer your question once we get going and get done with all the yapping. Let me say hey to everybody on Instagram.
I meant to answer that question the other day. Like I saw, like I think we did listener questions or something. And I was gonna answer it, but yeah, that's a great one to start with.
Yeah, we'll definitely get that right off the bat. Fulton's over there. Megan is over there, who's going on a cruise, by the way. Steven, Pecos 1911, Peach T12, Drew, Way Cool Adventures. Look at that. We got Must See Adventures against Way Cool Adventures. Jacob Snells.
Either way, all adventures are cool, man.
Exactly. Jaden Rock 72. Aiden Giles. Aiden, he's my good friend over in the UK. WDW Mark Jaden. WDW Mark says, hey, Mike and Scott. And we got tons of folks tuned in tonight. So
tons of folks. We're battling CBS right now for a highest rated show.
Forget Tony Romo and Jim Nance.
What does everyone think of this angle? I switched my angle. So I bought a webcam instead of the internal one. And on the laptop, it was just like not staying. So I put it on the monitor because that's kind of steady. So, but it brings us a different angle. So let me know what you guys.
I thought it'd be more homey if you had a bed in the background.
Yeah, right. Like, be our guest here. Actually, it's funny. This is the guest bedroom, and right above the bed, which only like 2 people have slept in this bed in 8 years. It says "Be our guest" like right on it, which is
nice. And this is our guest room, which we have no bed in here, so that way we have no visitors. We just have a podcast studio. So
the Shine Gold stayed tonight, and Marlessa has stayed 2 nights. Those have been our guests.
All right,
all Disney people too.
I know, it's pretty cool. All right, the phone lines are hooked up. Okay, good. All right, let's do the intro, the yapping, because I got a topic I want to share tonight and get your thoughts on. And we can talk about Friday's show, and Scott has some stuff to bring, and we'll get going. So here we go.
Get the house band ready.
They're ready. Well, hey, everybody. Welcome to the BOGP open line for Sunday night, January 26th, 2025. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Sunday to you. Yes, we've made it to the last Sunday of January. That's right. It's the 12th Sunday of January, but we are here. We've made it through the longest 3 months of 2025. We're going to get there. Next week, no live show, but it's Groundhog Day. I'm in Disneyland. So sorry. And then the next week, Super Bowl Sunday. So we're going to have a 2-week hiatus on the call-in shows. So we got to make tonight great. And then in 3 weeks, we're going to make it awesome. So let's make it great for the next hour. We're going to have a good time taking your calls. 407-413-9395. I have a couple of topics to bring to the table. But the first person I have to bring to the table is my friend, your friend, and everybody's friend, Scotty G from Must See Adventures over on YouTube. Scott, what's up? Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. Next Sunday, you already teased, is Groundhog Day.
It is.
And I'm going to be away for Groundhog Day at work for a conference. And that will be mine and Liz's 20th date anniversary. Our first date was on Groundhog's Day of 2005. And I'm not even going to be there. like I feel like a terrible husband, but it's not our wedding anniversary, but I think it's more important. I almost say like the date anniversary is just as important. And I may have shared this story before, but I took her to Olive Garden.
Nice. Like unlimited breadsticks.
Like I'm 21 years old. She's 19. Like, yeah, let's get some Olive Garden. You know, this sounds fancy and romantic. And I think 17 out of those next 20, we've been to Olive Garden on that date, but not this year though. It won't be happening.
So that's actually a very forward-thinking move to go to the Olive Garden on like your first date, because it's very affordable and you can do that every year for the rest of your life. Like I took Pam on our first date to this super expensive place. I was trying to blow her. Again, I was older though. Trying to blow her out of the water to impress her, because I never thought she'd go on a second date with me in a million years. I thought this was like a one and done kind of thing. Like I just like, oh, if I could just take her on one date, like my life will be like complete because she's so out of my league. It was this rotating restaurant on there's a circular hotel. If you ever see Busch Stadium downtown, if you ever see like a like downtown St. Louis. There's this round hotel, like you see, it's real tall. It's like a tower. And at the top, there was a real fancy like steakhouse, and it rotated 360 degrees as you ate dinner. So like it was
the
like
Garden Grill of St. Louis.
It was exactly Garden Grill of St. Louis. So when you sat at your table, like you went all the way around. So you see the arch on one side, you see the ballpark on the other, you'd see the other part of St. Louis. And so we had a dinner there, super fancy, right? Super expensive. Well, the hotel's out of business. It's all closed down now. So thank God we can't go there anymore. But, you know, if I had to do that every year, I'd be a poor man. So thank God it's gone. Yeah. But that was our first date too.
That's fun. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, it was like it felt like a baller move sort of at the time, you know? And like, oh, she's Italian, like taking her to generic Italian. Her maiden name's Elenardo, so her dad is 100% Italian. I'm going to take her to the Italian restaurant, and like, yeah, the Italian restaurant was the Olive Garden, and we still do it every year. All right. So we'll probably go like on the 1st or January 31st. We're going to make sure we go before I leave for Vegas. But yeah, we will still make sure we have our Olive Garden.
I still think if you're in Vegas, you're too close. You got to come to Disneyland at least for a little bit.
But I know. That's what you keep telling me.
All right. So we got a couple topics to bring to the table. First of all, we have dates for, speaking of Italian, Mama Melrose. The last breadstick will be served in the spring, in May. We have the final date for Muppets. If you want to see Muppets, the last time to do that will be June 7th. I believe June 8th it will be gone. Or closing. So, man, that is just a punch in the gut for me. I love that attraction, but we knew it was coming because Monsters Inc. Land is going to come into that area of Grand Avenue. So we could talk about that. But I wanted to talk about something a little more positive that I thought Disney blew out of the park this week. I mean, I was pumped. I was so excited when I saw this. Not anything that was in the theme parks. And I saw it on social media. Disney Cruise Line put out a commercial this week. And it was even more than a commercial. It was like a mini movie. It was of this towel animal. If you've been on Disney Cruise Line, there's a towel. They're kind of known for these towel animals. They put them in the hotels too at Walt Disney World, Disneyland stuff. But the cruise line's really known for them. Every night after they pull your bed down and get it ready for the evening, there's always like a towel animal, like a crab or a sea serpent or something. Sometimes your sunglasses are on them and so forth. A monkey sometimes, but they made this little towel animal, kind of like a dog, kind of they had the personality of like a little puppy. And he goes on an adventure around the ship. And he's like, kind of like he really loves the family that's kind of been assigned to him. This anthropomorphism of this little dog and towel animal kind of guy, and shows you the highlights of a Disney cruise. He's obviously on the Treasure. You could see, because you could see he was in the Skipper Society. And he was seeing like how they're folding towels and stuff and getting all excited about that. And it was a home run because it didn't hit you over the head with what a Disney Cruise Line shows you, but it was an emotional thing. When you saw that, you're like, for one thing, if you're a dog person, you're like, oh my gosh, it's so perfect. It's like a puppy. But it was also just like, like it was innocence. It was storytelling is what it was. And it was just showing the pure joy of a Disney cruise. Scott, I know we put it in the Discord and people were reacting to it. I think Disney used to do these commercials 20 years ago and they haven't done it in forever. And I thought, oh, they finally got it again. I was so excited to see this.
So great. Yeah, I had so many highlights, so many feels when I was watching it. Like when it went down the slide, I was like, oh no, what's gonna happen when it goes down the slide? Like,
exactly.
It's gonna come out like all wet and like messed up, but like nope, it was as happy as can be coming down the Mickey slide. So that was super cool to see. Yeah, it was a home run. I love seeing all different parts of the organization, the company do ads. Like, and I feel like their Disney Cruise Line ads are always my favorite. I will say this is still not even my favorite ad. It's the little souvenir from years ago. It's still my number one. But their marketing team did such an outstanding job on this. If you haven't seen it, go watch it.
Yes, and it's in the Discord, so you can check that out. All right, so we are going to answer a question for Nichelle, who's in the chat. But let's get our first call real quick, and we're going to that after this call. So don't let us forget. Caller, who's on the line? Thanks for calling in.
Hi, this is Stephanie from California. I'm here with my daughter. She is 4.
Hey.
And she really we listen to you guys all the time, and she wanted to call in. We were listening live, and so I'm not really sure what you're talking about because we just called in at the last minute. But she wanted to say hi to you and Scotty G. So here you are, Hartley.
What's her name?
Her name is Hartley. Hartley.
Hi, Hartley.
Hey,
Hi,
Hartley.
Hartley. It's Mike. Hi. Thanks for calling in and thanks for listening to the show. How's California?
You tell him about the last time you went to Disneyland.
I went to Disneyland.
Oh, what's your favorite
Mike
thing?
is going next week.
Yes, I'll be there in 3 days. Not that I'm counting. Yes, 3 days.
Oh my gosh. So you went on Chippendales
Yes.
roller coaster
I
and
did.
Mickey and Minnie Runaway Railway.
Oh,
Oh, that's fun.
that is so fun.
And there's another one, but she also went on the Runaway Railway, and she did not have a fun time. But
Oh.
she's only 2, so
Wow. I mean,
there is no height requirement there.
exactly. She's got a few years to grow into it.
A few years, but we have been a Disney family, a Disneyland family forever. We've actually never been to Disney World, and so we have only been listening to your guys' podcast for the last 4 years approximately. And so everything, we are trying to plan a Disney World vacation, Coronado, preferably.
Nice.
But we've been trying to plan that for the next upcoming year for 2025. So
You will love Coronado. Hartley will love going down the Jaguar slide at the dig site pool. That will be a hit. You'll have a hard time getting her out of that place to go to the park.
I'm sure. Yes, but she loves you guys, and she saw you guys on today, and she said, "Can we call them?" And I said, "Yes." So
Yes.
I just
love
wanted
that.
you guys to call and say thank you.
Yeah, on behalf of Ricky and
I-
Pam too, we appreciate that because one of the goals of our show is always the families can listen together. That really makes me happy.
Yes, Pam and everyone. Yes. No, we love you all, and we're so grateful for all of you. So thank you for all of the insights and tricks and tips, and we will be using you, Mike, as much as we can.
Thank you. And get Disneyland ready for me. I can't wait. I think my first ride on Wednesday when I get there, just for Scott, I think I'm going to do Alice,
Yes.
Because that's his favorite ride. It'll be the Alice or Mr. Toad, whichever one has a shorter.
Can't go
ride.
wrong, but I'm leaning towards Alice there. You got to go
probably
Alice first.
So
That's
that's Scott's
the
favorite ride. I'll go for that because I have Genie Plus. So
We were just there this last weekend because my husband's a lineman and he's working the fires in LA. And so he's been there for the last 4 weeks. And so we went and visited him, and we were able to get a little bit of downtown Disney, and it's beautiful down there right now. So it's the perfect time to go.
Oh my gosh. Well, God bless your husband for doing that. And, make sure you tell him we said thank you for being out there and protecting everybody and for restoring all the power and all that stuff. And make sure you just pass on best wishes from all of us, and we'll keep praying for him and his colleagues.
Absolutely. And Stephanie, at first when you said lineman, I don't know why, because like on Sunday nights, me and Mike talk a little bit football. For some reason, I thought he was like a lineman for a football team, and like now he's out of the playoffs.
He's a right tackle for the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Like, what is he doing? I wish he was, but no, he climbs power poles. But everyone thinks, they're like, what team is he from? And I'm like, I don't comprehend
The Rams.
until now. I know. So
But I echo what Mike said too. Like
he's unranked and he's undrafted, unfortunately.
He's doing more important work. He's doing more important work.
He's definitely doing more. He's impacting a lot more people's lives than a offensive lineman for sure.
Yes, but it was so good to talk to you guys, and so I'm so happy I called in. And
Hey,
I'm so happy to hear from you, and I'm going to miss you guys for the next 2 weeks, but I will be listening to every other episode.
Hey, don't be a stranger and take care of those kids. I know it's a handful at that age. I remember those days.
We have a Ricky age kid, and then we have a 4-year-old, so it's a lot.
Oh God bless. I mean, my youngest is 17, and it's a whole different kind of worry, but it's not that. So it's just right now the whole drama is trying to find a prom dress. So that's all I get. That's my stress right now.
But she's beautiful, so she can wear anything.
Yeah, tell her that. Whatever. You can tell her that. I appreciate you though. Thank you for calling in. You made my night. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Hartley.
Bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye, Scotty G. Bye.
Bye. All right. How about that?
That's a fun call.
Okay,
linemen, those California fires, man, are just like still no joke. So definitely think about our friends in California.
100%. All right, promise.
We had the question from Michelle.
Go ahead. So go and answer because we have our next call on the line because it came in when I hung up on that one. But grab it real quick. Let me pull up on the screen. So caller, hang on 1 second because we are going to get this.
We have a Disney Cruise Line question we have to get to because I saw it in the feed the other day while we were doing listener questions, and the question is, they booked a 3 and a 4 night cruise. Shout out to Mike, Magic for Less, for booking that.
Yes,
How do we know if our cruise has a pirate night?
You answer?
I mean, I was gonna say they're if it's out on the Wish out of Port Canaveral, I'm gonna say both are gonna have a pirate
Yes,
night.
they will both have a pirate night. Now you don't know which night it'll be, but it's
You don't.
usually on the 4 night. I'm trying to think how it usually goes. It's usually the night of Castaway Key, isn't it?
I believe so, but I learned something crucial
What did you
recently
learn?
because I'm going on a 3 night with my in-laws, and I was like, like pirate night is fun. Like I know we'll have a fun time at pirate night, but the menu changes on pirate night.
Yep.
And I was like, my gosh, if we're in like 1923, because I missed that restaurant the first time because Liz was sick. I don't know if you remember that, Mike. But I got to witness the ER on the ship. That was fun. So that was my night. And I missed 1923. I was like, if 1923 is pirate night and I'm not going to get that menu, you know, but then I learned on the 3 nights, it's still pirate night, but the menus stay the same on all your 3 nights. So that's good, I think.
Oh, so they just leave the menu. That makes sense on a 3 night.
So on the 4 nights they just add the extra pirate night
on the 4 night
menu
you'd be
for the 4th
repeating
night.
the menu. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
So you'll still have the pirate night, but you'll still get your tradition, whatever dining room you're at that night. You'll still get their main menu, which I think is a plus.
And I would guess it's going to be on your Castaway Key night if you want to know what night you're having it. And real quick, shout out to George, who got into the Chicago Marathon. He'll be running the streets of Chicago here in October, and he said, "Go Birds." So there you go. Still best hair on the Lizards. All right, caller. Thanks for being patient. Who do we have?
Of course. What's up, boys? It's Jason.
Jason, what is, speaking of football and linemen?
And anniversary. We're talking about Olive Garden anniversaries. He just celebrated a great wedding anniversary.
Okay, let's do it greater than, less than, or equal to. Olive Garden or the Polynesian Tower for an anniversary? I slightly give the lean to Jason.
Oh, that's a man. I mean, Olive Garden's a staple.
There's something you don't.
Anniversary. I will say for our anniversary, our date anniversary, we also get Olive Garden. That's January 1st. So
see,
my New Year always rings in with some unlimited bread.
Yeah, exactly.
So we talked about this, Jason, Veronica, me, and Elizabeth. We said, like, for those couples, you know, young couples listening, or if you haven't found that special someone yet and you really like someone, take them to Olive Garden. Good things happen on first dates at Olive Garden. I'm just saying.
True. It's homey. Yeah.
I mean, when you're there, your family.
So.
That's true.
Forward to every single year, you have breadsticks and Alfredo sauce.
Yeah,
fantastic.
That's true. So you were just at the tower and you were living it up, even though it was chilly. Yeah, the hot tub was a choice. I loved it. But in the hat, I like the hat. So give us I loved you in true, Jason fashion. You gave us the good, the bad, and the ugly in chart form, which I thought was beautiful in the Discord of what you liked, what you didn't like about the tower. But just kind of give us an overview of what you thought of the experience staying there, because it's so new and people are still so curious about the tower over the Poly.
Yeah, so we did stay there for our wedding anniversary this past week. And I mean, the views themselves, we had a theme park view room. So we had, views of the castle, Space Mountain, Tron, the Contemporary. We could see, like, past the Polynesian, we could see Epcot and their fireworks as well. So that was a little, added bonus too. But just the view of, Seven Seas Lagoon and Magic Kingdom and everything, to me, it's the best Magic Kingdom views on property. When you look at, the Grand Floridian or Contemporary or anything, I think it's the Island Tower. I think just where it's situated, it just provides these beautiful views of Magic Kingdom. The terraces themselves are, amazing to just kind of hang out and chill. We were reading or, getting work done or doing whatever. But the views themselves are just, it's unbelievable. And then also I said access to the Polynesian or Grand Floridian. I mean, you're right in the middle. So you're like, a couple steps from either one. So just food option wise, you have, all of these great food options. And then we also tried the Wailulu Bar and Grill. I think that was the fastest meal I've ever eaten because I just devoured the pork chop. It was just so good. So highly recommend that. But overall, it was just such a fun stay, and we would definitely go back and stay again. It's such a great addition to the the whole resort collection.
Did it? Let me, because I meant to get over there during marathon weekend and I just didn't, because I planned on going over there when we had the meetup for the lizards, and then it got moved to the Contemporary, which totally threw me off at the last second. And so then I was like, didn't get over there. But because you've obviously spent time there, does it make the kind of the whole Polynesian complex feel busier or more? Does it lose any of its feel? The 1971, because the Polynesian does kind of have that nostalgic feel. Having the tower there now that it's open, does it change the feel of the overall experience of the Polynesian?
I don't think so. I think it is kind of interesting, just like going from, this brand new, 2024 building to walking over to the Polynesian, and it's, you still get some of those elements of the 1970s, 80s, and everything. So I don't think it loses that feel. In terms of busyness, I think it was tough to gauge just because it was 40 degrees. So like people weren't really moving about. The main Polynesian area was very busy for most of the day, but I do wonder if that was just because it was freezing cold outside and people weren't people were waiting for the monorail like in the lobby instead of like waiting outside just because it was so cold. So it was kind of tough to gauge that, but overall, just kind of walking around the tower, the tower area wasn't as busy compared to like the main Polynesian building.
Scott, do you have any questions?
No, this is a great summary. Where were you seated though at the new restaurant? Because like you said, that was your fastest meal. Like I have a feeling people are going to be like really like prolonging their meals, to try to like time it to watch fireworks. I feel like that's going to be an issue in the future where people are just like not getting up from their table. But were you there at firework time or did you see any of that happening?
We went right before firework time just because we had the theme park view room. So we figured, we would just watch it again on our balcony. I do agree the outside seating area, I think people are just going to sit there for hours or as long as they can to just watch the fireworks. That wasn't the case this trip just because it was like 40 degrees and windy and nobody was sitting outside. They do have heaters out there, but they just didn't work. They were on, just you didn't feel it at all. So if you're sitting outside, I think people are going to, milk their time, but inside it's nice inside, but it's, we had the theme park view room, so we weren't really like concerned about, the views or anything like that. We were just kind of going to eat and then go back up to the room.
And you said one of the negatives was I just closed the Discord because people were posting and it was making that sound, and I didn't want to trigger everybody that's listening to the replay on Thursday. Like, am I getting alerts on my Discord? No, that's just us. But I think one of the things was that you don't have covered access when you're walking from somewhere to somewhere. Summarize real quick what you thought were the positives of the tower and maybe some things to think about that you came up with on that chart.
Yeah, so one of the negatives I had was there wasn't a covered walkway between the island tower and the Great Ceremonial House. That's right. Again, 40 degrees, slightly raining, misty, so not a great time to be outside. But if you did want to access the Great Ceremonial House, you do have to walk, outside to get there. Obviously, this weather was pretty bizarre for Florida, but even thinking of like, summer rain, summer showers and stuff, there's nowhere to really escape that. Whereas if you think of maybe, I know it's probably a bad comparison, but like an Animal Kingdom lodge where it's entirely covered, there's just nothing like that. So if you are needing anything in the Great Ceremonial House, it is an outside walk. So
that's interesting to me too, just to chime in, because Bay Lake does that to the Contemporary. You have like the fourth floor like walkway, right? And the Grand Floridian has that from their DVC building over to like the main building. There's like that long covered walkway. So I find that interesting that they did not, because the other monorail resorts do.
You have to sacrifice a family member.
I guess so. To get those refillable drinks or whatever.
But yeah, the other negative I had was you have to use your Magic Band to access the elevator. So we were on the 6th floor, so if we wanted to go up the elevator, we had to scan our Magic Band and then hit the 6th button. if your Magic Band's working, if your reservation's fine, it's easy. You're not going to think about it. But for this trip, Vern actually surprised me with this trip. So I technically wasn't on the reservation to start. So we had to get that situated where my Magic Band would work. And you also need your Magic Band to get into the gate. So if you are driving to the island tower, you have to scan your Magic Band to get into the gate. And there's no guards or anything. So we had an issue getting in. So we had to hit the call button, and we had to try and sort it out live. And it was just, it can be a little bit of a hassle. And
you know where else you see that a lot is, you see that at Coronado a ton, because you can pull in the Coronado and go left or right to like one of the outer buildings, and there's no guard there. I've been behind so many cars just like sitting forever, just waiting for someone to like finally get through there. So that I could see that being like a hiccup maybe in the future at the Polynesian Tower.
Well, I can see why they do that at the tower though, because I mean, you really want to limit that access, or else you're going to have Joe Public going all over that tower and everybody parking
trying to get a seat at that restaurant.
I get exactly. I mean, I am exactly for that in a big way.
Oh, I am too.
You're paying the prices you're paying to stay in the Polynesian Tower. That needs to be just the people that are paying for those amenities. I understand, because you're in a unique situation, like Vern was surprising you, but that's because you have to limit that to the people that are paying for those amenities. Otherwise, it gets crazy. It'll get nutty, because the public's going to want to get a piece of that and not pay for it, and that's just how society is.
Yeah, 100%. I do know. I also talk to people in the elevator, because we would try and press the button or whatever. A lot of people were just like, man, this Magic Band, having to scan it and stuff.
I know.
But yeah, I do get it though. Like, you want to limit access.
You just want it to work though. Yeah. Halftime doesn't work. That's what frustrates you. Yeah. Ask Scott one time I was at Pop Century. It was raining. My Magic Band didn't work when I got to my room. I flew all the way home. So
he did. I had I was miserable that day too. I think everyone in Walt Disney World was miserable that day, because it rained. It just downpoured for 10 to 12 hours nonstop. And I had a warm table, warm seat at Citrico's at the Grand Floridian, and Mike was like, "Nah, I'm out. I'm going home in the morning."
Yep. I flew home.
He wouldn't even come to dinner. He wouldn't even come to dinner with us. To see like his niece. I call Emily like your niece sometimes. To see his niece and Elizabeth and me, like he said, "Nope, I'm out."
My feet were wet. It was raining. My Magic Band didn't work. I was like, I'm going home. I'm out. Anyway, I was in a bad mood that night. So yeah, no, but it sounds like, I mean, I'm glad that because you were giving it, like we were found on the Discord, and the room itself looked like it was set up really well, right? I mean, did you enjoy because it's funny how room layouts can be, but I think Disney, I think like resorts has really learned from cruise line as far as like efficiency and how they've laid out the rooms. It looks like this was laid out really well too.
Oh yeah, the room was fantastic. You had a little kitchen sink area and sort of like a little area to put stuff down. There's a place for luggage. Obviously the balcony and views were unbelievable. Bathroom wise, the shower and like toilet were two separate spots. So if someone had to, take a shower, someone else could use the bathroom or sink or whatever. But yeah, no, the room layout was awesome. It was very well designed, well themed, and we enjoyed it a lot.
And I mean, perfect timing for you guys, right? Right after football season, you get to have a little downtime. Like, I bet you just got to just disconnect and enjoy. I mean, I was happy for you, because I know how intense that kind of work had been, like, all through football, just over, like, to be able to disconnect, be at a place like the Polynesian, take it in, watch some fireworks from your own room. I mean, I was super happy for you two to get to celebrate together like that. That was just a perfect kind of wrap to the season for you. Good celebration kind of all around. I was happy.
Thank you. Yeah, this end of season sort of just like decompressed from months of just grinding, and obviously it's very fun, but you do like that, end of season sort of break, and kind of can just chill for a little bit, decompress and relax before you start going for the NFL draft and whatnot.
That's right. And then coordinators hopping schools in the Big Ten.
Oh yeah. That was wild. I can't believe he left. I mean, I think he's from Pennsylvania,
that's what they
so
said, yeah.
I guess that makes sense, but that was still wild to see.
I just want to throw something in there for the OSU fans. Got to get them riled up here. All right. Well, Jason, we appreciate you calling in tonight. Tell Vern we said hello, and one more time, happy anniversary to you too.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you.
Great,
Thank
great
you.
review, Jason, of the Poly Tower. Can't wait to stay there someday soon.
I'll just live vicariously through
I
you.
just got to add another. I mean, I just did all the resorts, and now we got this new tower. Like, I haven't stayed there yet, so might as well do that.
All right, take care. I'll talk to you
See you
later.
guys.
Jason.
We'll see.
Bye.
That's the beauty of Walt Disney World. They just keep adding on and rebuilding.
Oop,
There's
see
a great question in the
you
chat, though. I
time.
was going to quick address it, though. It was
Duck
because our
tape.
friend Kim is having an awesome night. Shout out to Kim in Epcot in Germany. She's killing time before the greatest attraction at Walt Disney World, Impressions de France. And she's playing a little DuckTales game, which is that awesome interactive game you can do across World Showcase, which my family has done before. It's a lot of fun.
Used to be Kim Possible Adventure back in the day when you got the fake cell phone. Remember that?
Yeah, and then Phineas and Ferb had the same thing, and now it's like you just do it on the My Disney Experience. It's not in every country, but there's a handful of them where you go on this interactive adventure trying to like find clues and mysteries. It's a lot of fun. I don't think enough people do it, but it's a blast.
I know. All right, we have our next caller calling in from somewhere that it is loud. Who's joining us? It sounds like an exciting party. What's up?
Hi, Mike. Hi, Scott. This is Janie. I'm from Arkansas. I'm calling from Walt Disney World Magic Kingdom
Dude.
fireworks.
Okay, that's what I was hoping for.
That
I mean,
is
it
so
sounds like a
cool.
party. Yes.
Yeah.
We'll take some happily
we
ever
did.
after.
Yes, we did the post party. So they've got us in like our little section right now waiting on fireworks to start.
Oh my gosh. Hey, look up because Tinkerbell's going to fly. You know that, right?
Right.
I know. I'm so excited.
But then you get to like have the party afterwards. I kind of like that route. You see all the fireworks, the awesome show, and then you go to the after party. That's fun.
Oh man.
Yeah, we don't have to like fight the crowd.
Heck
Like try to
Exactly.
push our way out.
Well,
Yeah, exactly. You just got to get over to Tomorrowland Terrace and just party on.
Do you have like a lanyard?
Yeah.
Do you have like a lanyard? Kind of
They
thing,
gave
or-
us like wristbands.
There you go. So
And they've got us all in these like little areas. We're actually in the mobility area because my friend is on a knee scooter right now because he broke his foot right before the trip.
Oh,
good timing.
Yeah, of course. And so we are they're gonna like come and get us, they said, after fireworks and like lead us back to the Tomorrowland Terrace.
Yeah, because you wouldn't want to do the mad dash out of Magic Kingdom on one of those like knee scooters. That would be really rough. So this will
Oh my gosh, no.
Well, no,
So-
you
so
get
rough.
behind your friend on the knee scooter, and like your friend,
Yeah,
like
just give him a little push.
clears the path for you,
use him as like a
like a
dart.
lineman.
Exactly.
Yeah, there we go. That's what one of the cast members told us. Oh, just knock everyone out of the way. It's fine. We're like, all right, sure thing. Gonna be taking out babies.
Well, so how's the day
Trying to
gone?
get to the front.
What's the highlight of the day been so far? I mean, it's going to end very well, but have you done anything cool leading up to this point?
Yeah, so like today is our last day. We've been here for a week. We came, our first park day was on Tuesday. And we're ending it with Magic Kingdom. And so today we've just really kind of taken it easy. We haven't been like mad rushing all over the place. Rode the train around, did Tron, did Space Mountain, and met a lot of characters today.
That's great.
So that's pretty much what we've been doing today.
Go, Scott.
No, I was just saying that's great, but the weather has probably been a little iffy for you, I'm guessing, if you arrived on Tuesday.
A
Oh,
little chilly.
yeah. So Tuesday was our first park day. We started at Magic Kingdom and we're ending at Magic Kingdom, and it rained the entire day.
Oof.
Now the park was like empty. It felt like it was really easy to get lightning lanes. We had like these shoe covers. They're like silicone shoe covers that zip over your shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And we had people asking us all day where we got them, hoping they could buy them in the park. But we got ours on Amazon. So
Sorry.
those, yeah, exactly. We were like, sorry. But yeah, those saved the day because, it kept our shoes and socks from getting completely soaked.
Yeah, actually, a bunch of our running, the Be Our Guest Lizards, our running team, a bunch of people had those at the races on that Saturday that it rained, and they had them in the corrals.
Yeah.
They were the smartest people ever because it stopped raining when the races started, and they took them off. They had dry sneakers. All the rest of us had wet sneakers because we stood there in the rain and our feet got wet. Yeah,
exactly. If it was not for those, we wouldn't have made it the whole day. But I mean, we rope dropped to close just about. So, and rained all day. But we were good. It was easy because our feet were dry.
You have a good attitude, though. That's 90% of the battle. I can already tell. That's how it goes.
Thank you.
Hey, that's what it's. So where'd you guys stay?
We're staying at All Stars Music. It's our first time staying there. Last time we came, we stayed at French Quarter, which is by far my favorite. But we've been at All Stars Music. It's been great, like really easy to get in and out. We've been driving back and forth to the parks instead of using the bus just because with the knee scooter, it's a little bit easier for us to just drive ourselves.
I was going to ask if you were using Disney transportation and how the scooter worked, but now we know our answer.
Yeah, we tried using the buses the first day, and it was just a lot, and so we just decided it'd be easier to drive ourselves.
Sounds good. As long as if you had the vehicle, that kind of makes sense for sure.
So is your friend holding up? I mean, how hard is it? I mean, because even with like a scooter like that, that's a lot of physical activity for a week at Walt Disney World. Is he tired? I mean, because I'm tired.
He has been doing really well. Everyone told us not to bring it. I posted in like a couple of Facebook groups asking like, has anyone had experience with this? And everyone was like, no, just rent an ECV. Like, you don't want to do that. But he's actually done really well with it. The only part that's really been difficult was Animal Kingdom, just because it's very rocky there.
It is. I know from running through that. It's textured.
That was the most difficult part, but everything else has been pretty easy for him. He's in pretty good shape. He's been running. That's actually how he broke his foot. So he's doing okay on it. If it was me, I don't run, I would not survive.
His good leg's gonna be gigantic when he gets home. Like he's gonna want the good leg's gonna be so strong.
He was like, this leg's gonna have muscles for days.
I think it's gonna be huge after a week of just pushing around Walt Disney World. So let me ask you one other thing real quick. So what was your favorite meal you had while you were down there? Either quick service or counter table service? What'd you have the best meal?
We ate at Cake Bake.
Oh, hot take. Here we go.
I'm so serious. I was so impressed. I posted some pictures in the Discord the other day.
Oh, that's right.
I remember that.
Now we know who we're talking to.
Now we know who you are. Yeah.
Okay.
So, it was so good. We got last minute reservations. I had woken up at like 3:00 in the morning in the middle of the night, and I was like, oh, let me just see what's available. And there was a reservation available for a lunchtime. And so we went there. I had the chicken velvet soup and the burger, and both were fantastic. The burger was huge and juicy. My husband, he had the gumbo, and then our friend, he had the croque monsieur.
Ooh, nice.
And it was all super good. And the cake was good too. I was worried it'd be dry, but it was delicious.
Well, man, you guys had a good trip, even in spite of the weather, and you're finishing out the right way here with Happily Ever After in moments, and then some more desserts.
Then the dessert party afterwards.
Desserts, yes.
Yeah,
it's
been great. It's been a great trip.
And then, so you guys got to drive home after this tomorrow, I guess, or tonight, or what?
Yeah, tomorrow. We check out tomorrow. We're gonna finish it off with breakfast at 1900 Park Fair, and then we will be driving back to Arkansas.
Jamie, I did that on my last trip on our travel day. I had breakfast at 1900, so I support that.
We've never eaten there, so I'm super excited.
It's a good way to end the trip. A little character meal, good food.
Yeah.
And then
you get your taste of Disney without going to a theme park, you know? It's nice.
Exactly. I just need the last few minutes of Disney magic.
Absolutely. And that's a good meal. I really enjoyed the spread that they have, and the character interactions are really good. So can't wait to hear your thoughts on that.
Good. Yeah, definitely. I'll post pictures and thoughts and everything for sure.
Yeah.
Well, Jamie, hey, thank you for calling in from the Magic Kingdom, man. You made my night, and just hope you have a wonderful viewing of Happily Ever After, and have a dessert for both Scott and I tonight. Make sure you do.
For
Oh,
sure.
trust me. We will. Thank you guys so much.
All right, we'll see you in the Discord. Make sure you're over there.
All righty.
All right, take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See you, Jamie.
All right, Janie calling in from Happily Ever After. Man, the calls are just rolling in tonight. So let's get the next one. But I mean, who would have thought we'd ever have calls from standing there waiting for Happily Ever After? But here we are.
This might be another one inside the park, it sounds like.
I don't even know. Next caller. Hey, who's joining us?
Hi, this is Hannah Sievers from Columbus, Ohio.
Hey, Hannah, what's going on? Thanks for calling in tonight from Ohio. Welcome to the show.
We're just sitting here at Epcot, so I figured I had to call.
This is so. I would have died like 10 years ago to have any call from Walt Disney World, like one a year. And now we got somebody like, I'm calling from Epcot. I'm calling from the Magic Kingdom.
I mean, Hannah, this has got to be pretty awesome. I assume you're a Buckeye fan, being from Columbus, and so you just won the national championship, and you're at Epcot. What a week!
It's pretty wonderful. The only bad thing about it was Friday. My husband works at Ohio State, and on Friday they brought the championship trophy there, and he had to miss it because we were out of town.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's going to have a permanent
could be worse.
residence. Yeah, I mean, it'll be back around, I'm sure, you know.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys the champ. So we just got a little update from Magic Kingdom. How are things down the monorail line at Epcot tonight?
They're doing good. We took it kind of easy today. My son was sick for a couple days. Now he's back to normal. He's turning 2 in February, so he's happy with his Buzz Lightyear bubble wand and just sitting here screaming with joy. So
is there anything
those
bubble wand? Yeah.
So
I
would say like the bubble wands aren't my favorite sometimes when you start as a normal guest when you get like the bubbles in your face, but they are a tremendous like lifesaver, you know, for a parent, right, for their kids. So I do like them for that.
So yeah, it's been good. We got here probably around 10 o'clock, and then we went on, what did we do? We just got off of Frozen. We went on Living with the Land, your favorite, Mike.
Yes.
That was our first ride for today. And then we took it pretty slow and just enjoyed the scenery.
Yes. So what's been like a favorite moment from either today or just the entire time being down there? Like, I mean, your son being ill kind of put a little damper on it, but if you had like a good character meet and greet or a unexpected moment, anything like that?
Yeah, I'll have to share some pictures with you. We went to that little Visa card holders, Mickey, and we saw Mickey and Goofy, and he was just hugging them, and Mickey booped his little nose, and it was really cute. So that was so fun.
Got to teach him to boop him back.
I love that meet and greet too. It's a really fun meet and greet. I like it. I like the setup.
Yeah, it was super nice and super quick, and yesterday was really nice. We just took it super slow since he wasn't feeling well. We just walked around the All-Stars, and we never really, I feel like every time we go, it's always like, go, go, go. Okay, we got to get to this lightning lane and that and this and that. And it was just so nice to have no plans and just enjoy.
So now, did you guys, where are you guys staying for this trip?
We're staying at All-Star Movies in the Toy Story section.
Nice. So
we gotta get an All-Star sports caller on the next one. Then we hit all the All-Stars.
We had music on the last call. We had movies. Yeah, we need now. Are the cheerleaders or dancers? Anybody down there this time? Anything going on?
Not yet. I think I saw they'll be here around the beginning of February.
Yeah.
Maybe the 5th. I think they said is when they start.
It's soon. That's what I was wondering. Because you'll know. You'll know.
Yeah, we'll be well aware. Sure.
I'd say if you're not sure, they're not there. I was gonna say, so you're good.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll tell you that much. So you guys staying?
We did have a really good moment last night. Last night my son Luke, he was a little bit fussy, and he just kind of wanted to go outside, and we are like right in front of Woody and Buzz. So we walked outside and we just said goodnight to Woody and Buzz, and it was just really, special.
See, we started the show tonight talking about, I don't know if you've seen it or not, Disney Cruise. You probably haven't because it just came out a couple days ago. Disney Cruise Line came out with one of those classic commercials, like with a towel animal that comes to life and goes around one of the Disney Cruise Line ships. And it's just sweet as pie. But those are the moments, right? I mean, right there, what you just said is the essence of a Disney trip, right? It's not about always the big coaster or the big fancy hotel or the restaurant. It is that moment. You can go out there with a kid and just say, even if you're like at Pop Century, go out and just like wave to Baloo if you're in the 60s section. I mean, if that's their favorite character, I mean, that's childhood right there. That's a memory.
Exactly.
I love hearing that.
I know. Well, you guys make it special. Like, I've been listening to you for probably almost a year now, and it's just really every day at work. I'm like, some days I'll save them up so I can listen all day, but you just make it, like you bring out the nice special moments. So I appreciate what you both do.
Well, I appreciate that so much. And thanks for taking the time to listen to our show. That means the world to me, Scott, Ricky, and Pam. And just thank you for listening, and always be a part of the show. Don't be a stranger. Give us a call anytime.
Oh, we won't. Tell Pam I'm glad her husband's getting better. I was so happy to hear when she came back on.
We absolutely will. And you guys staying around for Luminous tonight, or what's the plans? You guys, what is it? 7:45 there.
Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna see how he does. If
Exactly.
He perks back
up. you got a 2-year-old. It could change on a dime. I remember those days. You have no idea what's going in 5 minutes.
This is, and we'd be in that situation. And Hannah, I think you can relate to this too, where you're like, well, we got to wait an hour 15 for a 20-minute show. And then we got to like get to the front of the park, get on a bus and wait for a long line, or we could leave now and beat a rush for those buses, like
exactly.
Probably not.
And I figure if we have to choose between Luminous and Happily Ever After, I might have to wait till Happily Ever After to make him stay up super late.
Yeah, if I had to pick, I'd pick Happily Ever After.
Me too, for sure.
Yeah. I'm with you there. It's so right. Well, hey, thank you for making our night, calling in, taking the time out of your Epcot night, and hope you guys both make some more memories this evening. So go have fun.
Oh, thank you guys. Have a great night.
All right.
Thanks, Hannah. Have a great night.
All right. Bye-bye. Hey, how cool is that?
Okay, can someone from Hollywood Studios please call us right now?
Do I hear it at Animal Kingdom's closed?
We should do that. We should really push for a live show where it's only calls from the parks and the resorts.
Oh my gosh, this is nuts. Oh, and Kayla's listening. Hi from both of us.
Hey, Kayla and Brooke. Hello.
Shout out.
We missed you. They were on the cruise with the last podcast cruise with us. Brooke with that pretzel on Marathon Sunday a couple of years ago. That was the best.
Clutch.
Very clutch
pretzel of the year back then. All right, 407-413-9395. If you're at Hollywood Studios, you get in first, but if you're anywhere else in the world, we'll let you in as well. 407-413-93.
And if you're at Animal Kingdom, well, you're probably shouldn't be there right now.
But that would be even better, because that'd be a great story. Like, yes, I'm hanging out.
I'm hanging out in the restroom right now. I'm in the stall.
It's tough to be a bug. Not supposed to be in here, but hanging in one of the row 7 with my bug eyes on. That would be classic.
Oh man,
are you gonna miss It's Tough to Be a Bug?
A little bit. Like, this is my thing. Like, because it was in Disneyland too, then they moved. I don't think you ever saw it at Disneyland. Like,
I didn't even know it was at Disneyland, to be honest.
Yeah, they had that whole Bugs Life area actually, and then it turned into like Avengers Campus as we know it today. And it's just, I kind of wish we could just have one on both coasts sometimes. Like we had it twice, which was probably a little too much, and now we don't have it at all.
Yeah.
But I do like seeing things that are a little more modern, right? Like, it's going to be I think it's a Zootopia show, right? If I recall.
Yeah, it's been so long. It takes they announce it. Like,
it takes so long. I know, but I mean, it's probably not a fan favorite when I say this, though. That's how I really feel about like Galaxy's Edge. I wish there was just one Galaxy Edge, but I understand.
100% with you. Yes, I've never.
But I understand though, like, you want to please both folks. Not everyone is fortunate enough to even get to have this great opportunity to go on such an awesome trip, but then have to travel to one coast or the other. That's really challenging, right? So I get why there's both, but dang, I just missed that whole Thunder Ranch that used to have at Disneyland. Oh my god, with like the goats and the petting zoo and like the barbecue joint they had out. Oh man, it was the best. I loved it.
Give me that anytime. All right, we have our next caller on the line. Who are you calling? Here's the question: do we have Disney's Hollywood Studios on the line?
Sorry to disappoint you, but I have
not
two hot
disappointing.
takes for you.
Oh, okay. Hot takes are fine, even if they're not calling from Disney's Hollywood Studios. So first of all, who do we have with the hot take? Is it a Hellwick hot take? No, I don't. Is it? No.
This is Carolyn from San Diego, and I have
Oh.
a Disneyland hot take.
Well, hey, I need a Disneyland hot take because I'll be heading there in 72 hours ish. So what's going on out in the West Coast?
That's why I had to call, is because I needed to tell you before you got here.
Okay, let's go.
So, good. The West Coast is pretty nice. It finally rained, so we're washing all that smoke out of the air. So it'll be nice and clear and beautiful when you get here.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad. Well, I mean, yeah,
Yes.
I'm not even really
Much needed rain.
I mean, because I have asthma, and like if it's smoky, that's gonna with running, that would kind of be slightly an issue for me. But I mean, that's really selfish. I'm more worried about the people whose lives are being affected by all this. So I'm just glad that's all. I hope that's calming down for everybody that's dealing with the fires and all that stuff. I mean, that's, I'll be in and out in 3 or 5 days. Like it's a vacation for me, but all the people that live out there, I just want that to calm down for them. So I hope that all kind of starts to move in the right direction soon.
Yeah, we're praying for gentle rains and not big heavy
Mudslides.
rains. So
Yeah.
we just need lots of days of gentle rain so it can absorb into the ground. That's what we're praying for.
Let's hope. So Disneyland, the
Let's
train.
hope.
So I'm trying to see. I've been looking at things like for my trip. So Haunted Mansion back open with the new stuff in there, the new bride and stuff like that. The trains are down though. It looks like the monorail's down. So that's kind of a bummer.
Yep.
But
Yeah,
you
the
can't get
monorail
everything.
was down. So that went down on Monday, I think. Yes, it went down on Monday. It was open on Sunday, and it went down on Monday. And I don't know what they're doing, but they put up those big plywood wooden doors in front of it. So it'll be down for a little bit, I think.
Yeah, they're in front of Main Street too, aren't they? Like right where you go in, like right at the train station.
I didn't see that part. I just saw the part in downtown Disney where they had the monorail station there and they had the plywood doors up, and I was like, okay.
Oh yeah. I was thinking I saw them up in front of the train station too, at like the entrance to Disneyland. I was like, oh, because for my pictures, but that's okay. If they're up, they're up. It's not a big deal. So yeah. So any tips for heading out? Because I'm excited. I've been looking at like wait times and stuff over the last couple of days. I'm pumped. Can't wait to get out there.
Okay. So I talked to a friend who went to Disneyland on Saturday last week. No, not this Saturday, but the week before. And he said it was great. He said everyone told him it would be busy, and it wasn't. It was really nice, and he waited 20 minutes for stuff, and it was great. The crowded park actually is going to be DCA, because DCA just started their Lunar New Year, and so they have all their food booths and their things, and so everybody's at DCA right now.
I have seen some good looking food on social media from DCA, which I will be going to check out because I'll be one of the people over there, because it does look interesting. I'm like, yes, let's go. But I mean, I'm not in a hurry, so I'm not worried about it. If there's crowds, it won't bother me. I'm just in there for I'm by myself, so it's like atmosphere's fine. I'm cool with it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So here's what happened. So my husband's a friend of his friend got sick and couldn't use her Disney villa on Sunday before Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And so she gave it to us. And so we're like, Disney villa? Yes.
Yeah.
We were pretty excited about it. So it's beautiful inside. If you get to go in that tower, just go in the lobby of the tower. It's all modern and new, and it's absolutely gorgeous. They have a new little, I don't remember what it was called, something about Palm Kitchen or something like that, a new restaurant outside, and that looked really neat. But we got to stay in the villa. We stayed in a studio. I will tell you, it's the smallest room I've ever stayed in any hotel ever. It was really small. So it was for 2 people, and it has one of those beds that comes down from the wall, like a Murphy bed. And that was fine and everything. And the bathroom was about the same size as the Disney, the hotel room itself. So the bathroom was big and spacious, and the hotel room was really small. There was nowhere to put the suitcase except like on the floor. And so, but it was the smallest of, I think it's called a Duo Studio. I think
you're in a Duo Studio. Yeah, those I've heard. Those are real. The Duo Studios are small. And Scott, I mean, I think I've heard this a lot. Like DVC over the last 5 years has really kind of I guess the term you could say is maximize the square footage per
the space. Yeah, because like
exactly.
those premiered at the Riviera Resort when they built that, and then I think we had Jason online earlier talking about the Polynesian Tower. I believe they have some there too, and then at the new Disneyland, it's interesting concept, I guess, like if you're a solo or couples, but like I agree, like it seems still like a really small space, even just for 2 of you.
Yeah, it was a little small for the 2 of us even. So by myself, it would have been fine. They did have a nice balcony, and so that was really nice that you could sit outside, but it was a day with cold wind, so it wasn't pleasant. But we did that, and that was really cool. I've never stayed in one of the villas. And then we did something I've never done before. I know I'm like a big Disneyland person. I couldn't believe I've never done this. We went to Trader Sam's for lunch.
Ooh.
It was cool.
I love Trader Sam's lunch.
See, I've never been in Trader Sam's at Disneyland.
Oh, it's the best Trader Sam's.
Yeah, I gotta go
so
there.
Good.
It is, the Trader Sam's itself is tiny. I was super surprised how small it was. So we had opted to eat outside because at that point it was a pretty nice day. And so we ate outside, and we got a really expensive drink, which I don't drink a lot, but I wanted a drink in a tiki cup because I've never had one.
I mean, your first time at Sam's, and you're okay having an alcoholic beverage, I feel like you got to.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, it's part of the experience. Yeah, totally.
It was. So it was pretty expensive, but I'm super happy I got my tiki cup that I'm going to keep forever and, maybe put in a glass case or something, but probably not.
Do you remember, Caroline, which drink it was, or which mug it was?
So it was, they had a few of the limited edition mugs, and that's why I got it. Nice. And so it's like a light green, and it looks like it's tiki looking, like a tiki post or a tiki statue.
That's exactly how
so
I love, because I don't drink.
This is where I wish I was like a local, because like those limited mugs are so cool, and like I would just lose so much money because they're so expensive too. But like I would just love to have a collection of them. So I'm glad you went with a limited one. That was smart.
Okay. So if you go, the other 2 ones they had a it was like a barrel, like a beer barrel, but it said it was like a Christmas. It was decorated like Christmas, and it said Trader Sam's, and it had like red and green. That was pretty cute. And then the other one they had was a Madame Leota mug, and it was really neat looking. It just wasn't what I wanted. I wanted something tiki-like. So they were all like, okay, yeah, you can drop a whole lot of money at this place.
Oh, yeah.
That's a slippery slope right there. Exactly.
Some people do Vinylmations. I do tiki mugs. No,
exactly. I need more shelves.
Yes.
I know. That's the thing. When you run out of like storage, where are you going to put it all?
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. Okay. There's a real good thing you can do though. You can get any drink that has a mug already. You can exchange it for any mug that they have. So you don't have to buy that drink and get just that mug. The sweet waitress said that you could get any of them. So that was another cool take.
They're willing to sell you any mug at a price. As long as you want to buy a mug. That's funny. No, that's cool though, because they are very, I mean, when you get them home, my thing is like, you're not so far away, but like, it makes me I know they put them in a box and wrap them and stuff, but like those ceramic things, it's like 25% chance I'm gonna break that sucker on the way home. It makes me so nervous. I got my one home. I got an one time from World, and it made it home. But man, it makes me nervous because they're so expensive because they're ceramic. Whew.
Yeah, I was carrying it around like a newborn baby.
Yeah, exactly. I know. It's like, this thing's so cool, but I don't want it to break. Because I've broken popcorn buckets and they're plastic. So
that's why I'm lucky I got Liz. Liz is like a packing master. Knock on wood. Hopefully I don't jinx something, but like I have never had worries bringing that stuff home. But
nice. That's awesome. So yeah, I'm planning to go back hopefully in a couple of months, and I'm going to get the other tiki one they have. So, and the other one is blue if I remember right. So then I'll have two, and they kind of look similar, just different color schemes. So
yeah, I like that. I like that idea.
It's crazy how excited I am about a mug.
You're in. You're hooked. You gotta get them all.
At the one at Disney. So the one at Disney World, they have this drink called the Pearl. And it comes like, so it's not like a tiki ceramic one. It's like a plastic cup that's like a pearl, this oval thing, and they're white. Mm-hmm. And 1 in every 50, I think, is the number. There's a black one, and so I've ordered it a few times. Like, man, today's gonna be the day I get the black one because I have the white one on my shelf at home. I just want to get the black one. And my friend Tim, Tim and Jody from Ohio, like, we're down there over the podcast cruise, and he's telling me like, oh yeah, we went to Trader Sam's last night. I ordered this drink, and they told me it was really rare. I got this black one. I'm like, no, that's not fair.
Shut up. Yeah. I didn't even know that was a thing. See, that's what I love about Disney. I had no idea that there was like that thing right there, a black pearl.
So I have not been the lucky one yet. Someday at Trader Sam's I will be though.
You think they really do like count them out like 1 every 50 like that?
I don't know how they do it behind the scenes.
They do. I guess they do. That's crazy though.
It's kind of fun though. You go in there like, will today be the day? Well,
exactly. That's like gambling.
Yeah. Maybe 50 isn't the right number. I want to say it's 50. I'm sure someone in the chat can chime in or correct me, but I think it is 50 though.
That'd probably be like 1 every 5 hours or so. A couple a day. Yeah. That's funny. Well, Carolyn, man, now I'm going to have to go to Trader Sam's while I'm out there. I'm going to have to jump in there. Maybe I'm not getting one of those. I'll be a nervous wreck flying it home. I'll have enough junk to bring. If I bring home another thing like that, my wife will kill me. Because I know I'm going to probably bring home a popcorn bucket or something, which I don't need.
Yeah.
She's like, what did you bring home this time? That's as soon as I come home from the airport from all these trips. Like, she's like, how many, for one thing, like all these challenge race weekends, she's like, how many shirts did you bring home? I'm like, don't look.
Funny.
Exactly. I didn't buy most of these. They came with the race. That's what I always tell her. And then she's like, well, what about this popcorn bucket? I'm like, but it was a good deal and it's so cute. It looks good on a shelf. Yeah. She's like, you have 1 million up on a shelf. I'm like, yeah, but now I have 1,000,001 and it looks really good. I can rotate them. Anyway. Well, hey.
That's right. Exactly.
It's so good to hear from you. And I can't wait to be out on the West Coast here soon. It's going to be fun. And thanks for the report on the fires. And we do hope those things die down here soon. And we're glad that it is raining out there in Southern California.
Yep. It's raining right now. So it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. We keep have to telling ourselves that it's gonna be okay.
Yep. We'll keep praying for you guys and keeping good thoughts. All right. Well, you guys take care of yourselves. If you need anything, give us a yell. And thanks for always being there for us. You're our West Coast expert in the chat every time.
In the chat all the time. Yep.
We appreciate it.
Love it. Thank you.
All right.
Guys.
Take care. We'll talk to you soon. All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Well, Scott, what a show, man. Tonight was perfect, man.
Great calls.
It was all calls.
Sometimes like we never have a call and we're like, what are we going to talk about?
That was just great. All you had to do was open up the phone lines and boom.
And then people from Epcot and Magic Kingdom, All-Star Resorts, and then got a great trip report in the Polynesian and Disneyland. I mean, it was a great show.
We're all over the place. That's a good way because we're going to have a couple of weeks break because of, I'll be at Disneyland next Sunday night, kind of wrapping up the Dumbo Double Dare Coast to Coast challenges. And then it's Super Bowl Sunday. So we know our limits. It's, I'm sure I don't know if you're going to be over your thing, but I don't really care.
I'm going to be on a ship.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're going to be on a cruise.
I'm going to be on a ship that day, so I'm not calling in.
You're winning either way because you're going to be on the Disney Wish, and I'll be over at my brother-in-law and sister-in-law's house. I really don't care who wins the Super Bowl, but we eat really good food that night.
Yeah,
I mean, we get pizza.
It's weird. Like I've been at the Super Bowl. Actually, I was at the Super Bowl that weird year during the pandemic when there was like limited fans in the stands. and I was at Epcot. I remember I was at Chefs de France with Liz, Beth, and Emily, and we sat in the Monsieur Paul portion of the restaurant for Chefs de France. 'Cause remember, it was social distancing, so you had to have like a table like every 3 tables away or whatever. So to expand the space, they were using that space. It was kind of cool. It was my first time actually in that venue, but it was Chefs de France's menu, and I remember I was very out of tune in the meal because I was watching the game on my phone. Like, it was disrespectful, I know. And we had a good laugh about it afterwards. Like, Scott, like, do you remember anything in that meal? Not really.
I mean, it's Super Bowl Sunday. It's kind of all bets are off at that.
But it was like it was Brady Mahomes again, because it was Tampa, Kansas City. I was just like, and I'm probably gonna feel that way this year too when I'm on the ship. So it'll be fine. I'll be having a party on the Disney Wish.
Yeah, it's looking like it might be KC and the Eagles as of right now, but it's still the second quarter. So we'll see what happens as of recording right now. And it looks like Patty says she's getting off the Wish the day you get on.
Oh man, just gonna miss Patty. If I'm boarding the 7th of February.
So it's always funny because there is usually probably somebody that we know either on the cruise or like passing.
I think I told you. I mean, it's funny. We have friends that are getting married on this sailing. It's just crazy how that works out. Which I knew. I mean, I knew ahead of time. I just didn't think I was going to be able to make that sailing, but it turns out I am. So I'm sure we have some more friends on there too. It'd be great if you see me on the ship. Say hello.
It's weird that Neil changed his wedding just because he wanted to be on the same cruise.
I know. Isn't that so crazy of him? Yeah.
Insane that he did that for you. All right. So we are going to jump out of here. No shows the next couple of weeks. We'll obviously have shows in the feed. We'll have Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Just no call-in shows on Sunday nights again because I'll be at Disneyland next Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday for the next Sunday. But then we're going to come back strong on the third Sunday after this one. So that's
the President's Day. I might be doing something then, but I will, wherever I may be, I will make sure I can connect.
Yes, and I will be here for real too. So let's get the date on that one. So that would be on the 16th. We'll be here.
16th, yeah.
16th. So we'll have a live show on the 16th of February. So put that on your calendar. Also, I want to give everybody a heads up that we are going to have our 6-hour live show coming to you from Give Kids the World Village. We're going to be down there in Central Florida at Give Kids the World Village. We're going to have a volunteer day if you want to volunteer with us the day before. That's going to come your way on Saturday, March 8th. So we are getting the preparations for that. We're going to be on site just like last year, raising money for Give Kids the World. So if you could start putting away just a little bit of money to donate to the good folks at Give Kids the World, we would appreciate that. Tax refund season's coming up, and I know a lot of folks use their tax refund for like vacations and stuff like that. Man, if you could just put away $25-$50 to give to the great families that Give Kids the World, when that stuff happens, that'd be a great idea. It makes you feel good, and it really goes to a good cause. But just want to give you a heads up on that because we got about 6 weeks until that happens. We're kind of putting on the final touches with that. We're going to have a huge auction, great items. We're going to be auctioning off where you can get your hands on some autographed items from Imagineers, all kinds of stuff from Give Kids the World that we're going to have access to. So just be ready for that. It's going to come your way live 10 to 4 on that Saturday, March 8th. And actually, we're going to have a world famous producer putting this on, I think, this year. My dad's going to fly down to take care of us. So we don't have to, so we'll sound good, hopefully. And I don't have to sweat bullets that everything's hooked up right like I do every year. So that should be fun. So March 8th, we'll be on the air that Saturday, 10 to 4, live from Give Kids the World. So we're looking forward to that. All right. Don't forget today's show brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We are standing by to help you plan an amazing Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, or Adventures by Disney trip. You know the drill. Just swing by the website over at themagicforless.com, fill out the quote form, and we'll take great care of you. The best part, no cost to you and great first-class concierge level services each and every time. You can tell I've been talking all day. Check out all the details today over at themagicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link. It's beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And thank you so very much to our Patreon supporters. You guys are the best. I can't tell you enough. You guys rock. Keep us on the air. $5 a month is all it costs. And for that, you get a bonus show called Mike in the Midwest. Come over this week. We'd love to have you. Patreon.com/beourguestpodcast. You can follow me this week on the social media, especially on Instagram, at beourguestmike, because I'll be updating everything starting on Wednesday, flying out over the mountains out to Disneyland. I'm also on Twitter. There'll be pictures there as well at beourguestmike and on Threads. Scott's at Epscott, EPSCOT, but mostly check him out on Must See Adventures on YouTube. Scott, what's going on? And I saw you editing this morning, bright and early. What's up?
editing that last day of the Europe trip, a full day at Disneyland Paris. We rope drop. We almost close it down. I'd say 18 days of traveling, Mike, you get a little tired.
Oh,
And
I
like,
can
and
imagine.
you know me, you know our families, we just don't do rope drop to close anymore. Like we love every now and then, I guess we do, but
I can't.
not on that day. We were really close to closing it down. This episode is going to be an hour long, filled with just awesome Disneyland Paris content. So I hope you like it. Come join it. And if you're a fan of Disney, I think you'll have a fun time looking at the parks.
All right, so check it out. Go over to Must See Adventures on YouTube. Subscribe, like the videos. Let's grow that channel this week. And I think this show comes out on Thursday on the feed. So if you're checking this out, you might have a live show this evening that you might want to check out as well. I think Scotty G, is that correct?
That's right. I forgot about that. So we get a lot of questions about now that we've sailed Royal Caribbean and that part of our video series is done, and we've obviously loved Disney Cruise Line. Like, what are some comparisons? What are things you like about one or don't like about the other? So we're gonna just do a live little chat talking about Royal Caribbean and Disney Cruise Line, mostly Disney Cruise Line, I think, because we're about to go on a. Well, I'm just saying because we're about to go on a sailing. We're really excited. We're about to be on the Wish in a couple weeks, but we'll definitely talk about both and things we like. I will say there are things definitely pros and cons to both, and we'll address those and any questions that you have for us. We'd love to answer them.
All right, so hang out with Scott tonight. I think that's at 7:00 Eastern over at
7 or 8. I think we might have said 8. I had people like on the West Coast that they wanted to get home first, and all that. So yeah, maybe you can join us, Mike. Maybe.
Hey, I got my phone. I'll be hanging out. I mean, well, I got to go to bed kind of early, but I'm on the West Coast.
That's true. You have a race in the morning.
Yeah, but it's time difference thing.
What do you do with that? Like, I know like how I am, but like it's really interesting. You're only 2 hours versus my 3, but like it's race mornings are great out there because I'm already awake. It's so good.
It's better. Like you don't, like I was telling Pam, like it's awesome because you don't have to like go like you don't have to do the bus thing. And like I'm at the Hojo, man. I can just walk right down the elevator and like go down the little chute and boom, I'm like right by the corrals. It's amazing. It's like
amazing,
like a cheat code. That's what I told her. It's like not even right compared to Walt Disney World. Now the courses are a little bit more challenging, like on the half marathon, but it's fun. Like it's really cool. Like I like it. So
it's a lot of fun. I can't wait to follow you. You're gonna have so much content on Disneyland this week on social media. Like what's the best about that is like when one of us is on a trip without each other, which is sad when that happens, but it does happen. Like the other one just that's at home just loves following and like tracking on Find My Friends or getting like text updates and like, guess what? I just was on Alice in Wonderland and now I'm having a churro or a corn dog. It's just, I mean, you have to do that to your friends, right? You have to like tease them with all the greatness that you're doing. So it's fun, but it's fun. I love following along when you're on your trips.
Yep. I'll be doing Alice first for you. So I'll be my first ride Wednesday, just in honor of Scotty G. So that's what we're doing. And so follow along again at BRGuestMike on Instagram. So we're going to get out of here. Check out but hang out in the Discord. That's where I'll be posting all the pictures, hanging out virtually with everybody. So again, BRGuestPodcast.com/Discord or BRGuestPodcast.com/Clubhouse to go to the same place. We've really been growing that over the past couple of weeks. Lots and lots of new friends over there. So come on over. It's awesome. We've been a ton of fun. Tons of fun.
And like, there's so many people that know their stuff too on there, like sometimes people will like add us like, hey, Mike Scott, like, do you know I have a question about this, but then like 2 seconds into it, someone's already got a great answer too. Like, it's just a great community.
The way too, I look at it like, okay, so with the show, right? The podcast, like on Wednesdays, we answer listener questions, right? And there's, usually 3 of us on the show that kind of pretty much know a lot of the answers. But on there, if you have a question, you can have your question. You don't have to wait a week. Like you can have your question probably answered within the hour with like 5 people giving you different things to think about that are always accurate from different perspectives.
We still like to listen to questions for the podcast.
We like listener questions. We love listener questions. Don't stop sending them in. But if you want to if you have a question, drop it over there because you have a dining channel. We have a resorts channel. We have a theme parks channel. We have all the channels, cruise line. So just drop it in the appropriate channel and I'll hop in there and give you just something to think about. Like we were talking about Alaska cruises in the cruise line channel, and everybody that's been on a cruise line is talking about whether you should take the train to Vancouver and all these.
Oh yeah, that was great.
It's amazing because you get perspectives and it's just
I love it.
Awesome.
Well, there's that one thread, the current BOGP discussion where we talk about the current episode, and I love this too. Sometimes me and Mike, we're not robots. I mean, sometimes we'll say something wrong.
No,
So I love it. I love it when people are like,
yeah, yeah.
I love where you were going with this, but it's actually this now. I'm like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
great. Thanks for letting me know. I love that.
I 100% admit when I get my stuff wrong. You know, that it's not infrequent. So yeah, please let us know. This is just a group of us all working together to try to get the best stuff out there that we can. But man, I'm a dude in this basement that just does the best I can. I'm not. I am not.
You do a great job, Mike. You do an awesome
but I think you do too. But you know, I'm not. I don't know, open AI or any. Well, those things are not right either. So yeah.
No, the most accurate is going to be the BR Guys podcast Discord. That's what I'm saying.
Well, not as accurate as Jose I are, and they are not accurate very much.
Well, that was crazy. So. We found like a planned Disney answer was wrong on something. Remember that this week?
Old. It was kind of outdated.
Oh, it was an old answer. Okay.
Because they used to like would bring a microwave, but that it's like in practicality, they're just at this point when you ask for them, they're like, just go to the food court, you know, because it's a lot to bring a microwave to a hotel room. Anyway, you're like, are you gonna close the show? Yes. So we'll have the shows this week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We'll all be here. But I'll be at Disneyland posting all the stuff. So hang with me virtually on the socials. But until we get back together again, for Scott, I'm Mike, wishing you a great week. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon. Thank you.
Sorry, I just want to keep going, man. That was fun.
I know it was. Oh my goodness.
Those are some good calls. I love the live show, man. It's fun to do.
I know these are my favorite of all because it's just like being on the radio. It's so fun.
For sure. Chat was good tonight too.
Chat was awesome.
And we have a big football game that's happening during all this too. Like, and we still have 100 people watching.
I know. And there's a huge football game. And the Bills just came back. It's 21-17.
I saw that.
Yeah, I saw your news. Let's see. Fulton said he got third place in his basketball tournament.
Oh, very nice.
Awesome. Good to see there. Out in Indiana.
And I didn't see Paul in the chat tonight, but the Spartans did hand Rutgers a loss this weekend.
Nice. Hey man, Mizzou's gonna be in the tournament this year.
It's looking that way.
Yes, that'd be something. I mean, shoot, after last year we couldn't win a game.
You had quite the streak last year.
Oh my god, last year was brutal. Brutal. What was that play?
That was the 2-point conversion. They're just showing the replay.
They just tossed it. Oh, he's trying to. He realized he wasn't gonna get the line, so he just fired it. That was awesome. He's like, I'm not getting the line, Chuck. So it's 16. I thought they got the extra.
No, yeah, they missed the 2-point.
Dude,
all right, well, I think it's almost time for ham, asparagus, and mashed potatoes tonight.
I could take 2 of those 3.
Wait, not the asparagus?
No.
Oh, it's so good. So I was not team asparagus for the longest time. But yeah, I love it. It's so good.
Oh, I don't think I could. I don't think I've ever had it, but I've smelled it. Whew. I don't think I could.
Just don't smell the asparagus. Just don't smell the.
Yeah, no.
I think you know where I want to go. Like, it does make something smell afterwards.
Yes, because Paige eats it all the time. Yep. All right. I will talk to you later.
All right. Sounds good. Have a good night, everybody.
All right. See you. Bye.
See you.